You wanna drink something? You wanna drink something? The occasional travel agency is not. The occasional travel agency is not. I guess I didn't have time for you because I was busy last week. I guess I didn't have time for you because I was busy last week. He easily understands the concept. He easily understands the concept. Do you like basketball? Do you like basketball? I eat a lot of apples. I eat a lot of apples. Won't I apply? Won't I apply? Was his half-brother a model? Was his half-brother a model? He never goes to bed early. He never goes to bed early. We don't believe. We don't believe. You may not have been a songwriter before. You may not have been a songwriter before. Appreciate. Appreciate. They just finished their exams. They just finished their exams. When do I clean my room? When do I clean my room? It should not be quoted infrequently. It should not be quoted infrequently. Our granddaughter was the nanny. Our granddaughter was the nanny. They could not survive without food and water. They could not survive without food and water. How breathtaking! How breathtaking! Where can I find canned goods? Where can I find canned goods? Why are you learning to swim? Because I want to scuba dive. Why are you learning to swim? Because I want to scuba dive. The store had closed early that day, so we had to come back the next day to get what we needed. The store had closed early that day, so we had to come back the next day to get what we needed. We visited our grandparents many times. We visited our grandparents many times. Mechanics will fix cars all day. Mechanics will fix cars all day. I wrote a detailed report and got promoted as a result. I wrote a detailed report and got promoted as a result. Truths. Truths. He would quit his job if he won the lottery. He would quit his job if he won the lottery. Therapist at sunrise? Therapist at sunrise? I have not suffered for a week. I have not suffered for a week. After a century, he should be a urologist. After a century, he should be a urologist. They want to start their own business. They want to start their own business. Where will I stand in 2 centuries? Where will I stand in 2 centuries? If it's sunny tomorrow, we can have a picnic. If it's sunny tomorrow, we can have a picnic. Can you use scissors? Can you use scissors? Now do you want to talk to me about my sons? Now do you want to talk to me about my sons? Warns annually. Warns annually. Can they normally be sculptors? Can they normally be sculptors? Different variations. Different variations. The teacher's desk is in front of the classroom. The teacher's desk is in front of the classroom. He often forgets his keys. He often forgets his keys. I have to take a shower before going to bed. I have to take a shower before going to bed. Mary and I are going shopping. Mary and I are going shopping. We are injured. We are injured. Do you have any hobbies? Do you have any hobbies? I am manager. I am manager. We can't go there, can we? We can't go there, can we? The bus driver had to get off the road due to roadworks. The bus driver had to get off the road due to roadworks. He's going to buy his sister a birthday present. He's going to buy his sister a birthday present. Weren't they naturalists last year? Weren't they naturalists last year? I do not know what to say. I do not know what to say. Cannot protect. Cannot protect. I will have completed my diploma by the end of the year. I will have completed my diploma by the end of the year. Were they used every day? Were they used every day? He had never seen snow before his journey into the mountains. He had never seen snow before his journey into the mountains. Significant. Significant. I have a lot of clothes to wash. I have a lot of clothes to wash. Quality is more important than quantity. Quality is more important than quantity. If I had a magic power, I would choose to teleport. If I had a magic power, I would choose to teleport. Forever. Forever. The baby is sleepy. The baby is sleepy. The boy, lost in the crowd, began to cry. The boy, lost in the crowd, began to cry. Will this plan work in the long run? Will this plan work in the long run? So far, so good. So far, so good. We were working tirelessly on the project and it was finally ready for presentation. We were working tirelessly on the project and it was finally ready for presentation. It did not work for testing and failed as a result. It did not work for testing and failed as a result. If you'd bought the ingredients, we could have cooked together. If you'd bought the ingredients, we could have cooked together. Shouldn't he invent every day? Shouldn't he invent every day? Students presented their projects in class. Students presented their projects in class. Where are you from? I'm from Turkey. Where are you from? I'm from Turkey. When did you listen to this? When did you listen to this? Could not give weekly. Could not give weekly. The problem was reported to the administrator. The problem was reported to the administrator. Can't I specify every year? Can't I specify every year? He has been running for the marathon for months. He has been running for the marathon for months. 4 afternoons can they focus? 4 afternoons can they focus? My family will visit us next month. My family will visit us next month. Can you get some milk on the way home, please? Can you get some milk on the way home, please? I have an appointment with the doctor for tomorrow. I have an appointment with the doctor for tomorrow. Then he can take advantage of 3 in the morning. Then he can take advantage of 3 in the morning. Before becoming a writer, she worked as a teacher. Before becoming a writer, she worked as a teacher. You should apologize for what you said. You should apologize for what you said. The international community consists of states, international organizations and NGOs. The international community consists of states, international organizations and NGOs. I need to sleep. I need to sleep. He was afraid. He was afraid. Cannot teach at sunrise. Cannot teach at sunrise. Maybe you should go home and clean up. Maybe you should go home and clean up. Have you ever had coffee in Turkey? Have you ever had coffee in Turkey? We watched the sunset on the beach. We watched the sunset on the beach. The office is often full of people. The office is often full of people. They usually go for a walk on the weekends. They usually go for a walk on the weekends. Don't you have to imply after 1 week? Don't you have to imply after 1 week? Did he give any indication of where he was going? Did he give any indication of where he was going? How often does he play video games? How often does he play video games? Don't forget to lock the door before leaving. Don't forget to lock the door before leaving. I want to know more about your company. I want to know more about your company. You can't remember how we met. You can't remember how we met. Why they shouldn't. Why they shouldn't. A mosquito just bit me. A mosquito just bit me. They are listening to the radio in the car. They are listening to the radio in the car. Peanut butter. Peanut butter. Hello friends. Hello friends. We can manage normally. We can manage normally. They had been waiting at the airport for hours when their flight was finally announced. They had been waiting at the airport for hours when their flight was finally announced. Can I get all the answers on the left-hand side? Can I get all the answers on the left-hand side? What is your favorite recipe? What is your favorite recipe? I am the father of 3 children. I am the father of 3 children. Can I do plumbing at dusk? Can I do plumbing at dusk? After 3 evenings, he should cook. After 3 evenings, he should cook. They can cost 1 minute later. They can cost 1 minute later. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. I don't want to lose my love to look good. I don't want to lose my love to look good. I am more confident in my public speaking skills. I am more confident in my public speaking skills. Uncle's jury. Uncle's jury. May I suggest ordering food before we start the discussion? May I suggest ordering food before we start the discussion? I'm cooking for my family tonight. I'm cooking for my family tonight. This is my teacher. This is my teacher. John as we speak. John as we speak. They have been married for 10 years and have 2 children. They have been married for 10 years and have 2 children. Let me introduce you to the team. Let me introduce you to the team. They could have rested 5 nights ago. They could have rested 5 nights ago. She sang in the school musical. She sang in the school musical. They play video games on the weekends. They play video games on the weekends. I won't go out if the ground is wet. I won't go out if the ground is wet. I don't notice anything special about the way things are going right now. I don't notice anything special about the way things are going right now. Allowance. Allowance. Cabbage. Cabbage. I don't want to lose my losses for the machine. I don't want to lose my losses for the machine. They had their roof repaired after the storm. They had their roof repaired after the storm. You were not nervous. You were not nervous. They do not like spicy food. They do not like spicy food. The children play outside all day. The children play outside all day. We'd better call a taxi or we'll be late. We'd better call a taxi or we'll be late. Can we evaluate it annually? Can we evaluate it annually? This is the most relaxing vacation I've ever had. This is the most relaxing vacation I've ever had. He is a successful entrepreneur. He is a successful entrepreneur. I just finished my homework. I just finished my homework. Coffee smells great. Coffee smells great. I want to improve my photography skills. I want to improve my photography skills. Workers have been building the house for months. Workers have been building the house for months. I'm meeting John at the airport at 3 o'clock. I'm meeting John at the airport at 3 o'clock. Should not object. Should not object. Can't I confirm at night? Can't I confirm at night? I don't understand. I don't understand. Can I listen to music? Can I listen to music? Can't they be architects every week? Can't they be architects every week? Can you tell me where the bath tissue is? Can you tell me where the bath tissue is? Would you like to come with us? Would you like to come with us? Our grandmother was a maid. Our grandmother was a maid. Aren't we going to be playwrights at sunrise? Aren't we going to be playwrights at sunrise? As soon as possible. As soon as possible. How did you hit the ball? How did you hit the ball? John, can you ask Mary? John, can you ask Mary? His house is cleaner than mine. His house is cleaner than mine. Can he train for 10 years? Can he train for 10 years? You should not repeat at sunrise. You should not repeat at sunrise. I just wanted to see if the world would really change. I just wanted to see if the world would really change. I can type fast on the keyboard. I can type fast on the keyboard. Can you lend me your car for the weekend? Can you lend me your car for the weekend? Are there stepdads managers? Are there stepdads managers? You shouldn't show it right away. You shouldn't show it right away. They're throwing a party this weekend. They're throwing a party this weekend. Do they eat at dusk? Do they eat at dusk? Does it get better in the afternoon? Does it get better in the afternoon? You should listen to your family's advice. You should listen to your family's advice. The sun set behind the mountains. The sun set behind the mountains. He signed up for a dance class to learn ballet. He signed up for a dance class to learn ballet. What should these values be? What should these values be? I need to deposit some money. I need to deposit some money. His neighbor was a welder. His neighbor was a welder. I'm in the next room. I'm in the next room. Our stepmother is a rapper. Our stepmother is a rapper. The movie we watched last night was really scary. The movie we watched last night was really scary. If I was a superhero, I would fight for justice. If I was a superhero, I would fight for justice. This is a noisy market. This is a noisy market. We did not learn. We did not learn. Not everyone is cut out for this kind of job. Not everyone is cut out for this kind of job. Should surround it every day. Should surround it every day. Washed last year? Washed last year? Was her neighbor a dietitian? Was her neighbor a dietitian? The food was prepared by the chef. The food was prepared by the chef. Could you please turn the volume down a bit? Could you please turn the volume down a bit? Unfriendly. Unfriendly. The problem was caused by the lack of communication. The problem was caused by the lack of communication. Are you new here? Are you new here? Should I be an afternoon financier? Should I be an afternoon financier? Rudeness. Rudeness. How much milk do you need for the recipe? How much milk do you need for the recipe? We advertise in the local newspaper. We advertise in the local newspaper. Caressing. Caressing. Let me know if you want me to bring anything. Let me know if you want me to bring anything. I've been studying all night for my exam. I've been studying all night for my exam. Sometimes he didn't win. Sometimes he didn't win. Could not communicate. Could not communicate. We'll have a barbecue in the backyard. We'll have a barbecue in the backyard. We are planning a trip to Europe next year. We are planning a trip to Europe next year. Rarely did I save. Rarely did I save. He did not study for the exam and failed as a result. He did not study for the exam and failed as a result. I will have this. I will have this. He wants to be a doctor. He wants to be a doctor. They will play football in the park. They will play football in the park. One, I don't want to lose my love to look good. One, I don't want to lose my love to look good. What can I do for you? What can I do for you? Aren't you going to take pictures from time to time? Aren't you going to take pictures from time to time? Can I borrow your umbrella, please? Can I borrow your umbrella, please? Dogs bark loudly. Dogs bark loudly. Could you please help me with this math problem? Could you please help me with this math problem? Let me show you around the city. Let me show you around the city. I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. Haven't you taken it before? Haven't you taken it before? They are exploring a cave. They are exploring a cave. Your stepfather was an actor. Your stepfather was an actor. They want to learn to swim. They want to learn to swim. Is he attending the meeting tomorrow? Is he attending the meeting tomorrow? If you study well, you will get good grades. If you study well, you will get good grades. You should get well soon. You should get well soon. Is he an illustrator soon? Is he an illustrator soon? I feel like I'm in a dream. I feel like I'm in a dream. The document was signed by both parties. The document was signed by both parties. Death toll. Death toll. I can't wait to spend time with my friends and family. I can't wait to spend time with my friends and family. He was able to memorize the lyrics. He was able to memorize the lyrics. He wrote a poem for his class. He wrote a poem for his class. One, I am not sure if I am the best person for this job. One, I am not sure if I am the best person for this job. He said he won the match. He said he won the match. They develop weekly. They develop weekly. Will it take off right away? Will it take off right away? The offer usually helps the official. The offer usually helps the official. Is it called at 1 a.m.? Is it called at 1 a.m.? They'll be watching TV when we get home. They'll be watching TV when we get home. Were my parents monks? Were my parents monks? Crime rates in the city have decreased in the last year. Crime rates in the city have decreased in the last year. I've never been to Paris, he said. I've never been to Paris, he said. Your cousins were rowers. Your cousins were rowers. Is your father a greengrocer? Is your father a greengrocer? The house is out of the reach of mortals. The house is out of the reach of mortals. His daughter is an air traffic controller. His daughter is an air traffic controller. They have to prove it daily. They have to prove it daily. For I am sure he will be very successful. For I am sure he will be very successful. Shouldn't we pour? Shouldn't we pour? The team will compete in the championship next week. The team will compete in the championship next week. Was your nephew an alchemist? Was your nephew an alchemist? I believe love is more important than money. I believe love is more important than money. He won't buy the car until he takes it for a test drive. He won't buy the car until he takes it for a test drive. Child lost in supermarket was found by security. Child lost in supermarket was found by security. Can he make a call after 4 days? Can he make a call after 4 days? March 24th. March 24th. If I don't catch the next bus, I'll be late. If I don't catch the next bus, I'll be late. Adoption. Adoption. She is baking a cake. She is baking a cake. I will be looking at him. I will be looking at him. Can I improve a minute earlier? Can I improve a minute earlier? They've never been to a musical concert. They've never been to a musical concert. Frankly, I don't know. Frankly, I don't know. We plan to go shopping later today. We plan to go shopping later today. Whose is this room? Whose is this room? To introduce. To introduce. When I woke up, he had already gone to work. When I woke up, he had already gone to work. Can't he ever live? Can't he ever live? Shouldn't they hide at sunset? Shouldn't they hide at sunset? What is your name? What is your name? Was your uncle a manager? Was your uncle a manager? Can we renew a year ago? Can we renew a year ago? Yes, I saw the program. Yes, I saw the program. Since when do you know? Since when do you know? It can be a dangerous situation. It can be a dangerous situation. Can't they force? Can't they force? Despite the difficulties, we are still determined to succeed. Despite the difficulties, we are still determined to succeed. I was so nervous for the interview that I could feel my heartbeat quickening. I was so nervous for the interview that I could feel my heartbeat quickening. Were they rehearsing the play before the director changed the script? Were they rehearsing the play before the director changed the script? But first you need to get a driver's license. But first you need to get a driver's license. Can't I normally object? Can't I normally object? He apologized for being late to the meeting. He apologized for being late to the meeting. Was my stepbrother a weightlifter? Was my stepbrother a weightlifter? Can't I be a doctor at sunrise? Can't I be a doctor at sunrise? Did he juggle the night before? Did he juggle the night before? He is doing his homework in his room. He is doing his homework in his room. Shadow release may be delayed by 1 month. Shadow release may be delayed by 1 month. His half-brother was a scavenger. His half-brother was a scavenger. Any fresh fish today? Any fresh fish today? They visited a museum. They visited a museum. We played board games with our friends. We played board games with our friends. Do you need to talk? Do you need to talk? I don't notice anything unusual. I don't notice anything unusual. Despite the difficult economic situation, the company decided to continue its expansion plans. Despite the difficult economic situation, the company decided to continue its expansion plans. I'm in the room with the candy. I'm in the room with the candy. Could not follow. Could not follow. You prefer tea to coffee. You prefer tea to coffee. How much does a loaf of bread cost? How much does a loaf of bread cost? 5 years later he can take care of it. 5 years later he can take care of it. We can't besiege after 4 nights. We can't besiege after 4 nights. I shouldn't have been arrested earlier. I shouldn't have been arrested earlier. Can they appreciate? Can they appreciate? Her hair was long but cut it short. Her hair was long but cut it short. Did you make new friends at school? Did you make new friends at school? I read an interesting article about the benefits of reading. I read an interesting article about the benefits of reading. It wouldn't be any better. It wouldn't be any better. The manager took the employees to a seminar. The manager took the employees to a seminar. I think we should try to understand them and try to find out what they mean. I think we should try to understand them and try to find out what they mean. If it snows tomorrow, we can go skiing. If it snows tomorrow, we can go skiing. I need to buy a birthday present for my friend. I need to buy a birthday present for my friend. Time flies like an arrow. Time flies like an arrow. His grandfather is a dietitian. His grandfather is a dietitian. Let me check. Let me check. We were watching a match when our team scored. We were watching a match when our team scored. The concert started at 8 o'clock. The concert started at 8 o'clock. The movie starts at 10 a.m. The movie starts at 10 a.m. The snow is melting. The snow is melting. He was born on September 10th. He was born on September 10th. Did they paint it 1 week ago? Did they paint it 1 week ago? Won't we play? Won't we play? My father is the strongest man I have ever seen in my life. My father is the strongest man I have ever seen in my life. Despite the difficulties, they stuck to their cause. Despite the difficulties, they stuck to their cause. I can't remember. I can't remember. The distance between Tony's house and school is 11 meters. The distance between Tony's house and school is 11 meters. They organized a neighborhood cleanup to keep the area tidy. They organized a neighborhood cleanup to keep the area tidy. Your grandmother was a sculptor. Your grandmother was a sculptor. We used ABC in the previous team last year. We used ABC in the previous team last year. Please don't joke with me. Please don't joke with me. Can he do gymnastics in the afternoon? Can he do gymnastics in the afternoon? We should talk next year. We should talk next year. Party fun. Party fun. You will be connected at dusk. You will be connected at dusk. There is a problem with what you are talking about. There is a problem with what you are talking about. He walked up the stairs. He walked up the stairs. Won't I be a sportscaster sometimes? Won't I be a sportscaster sometimes? Doesn't it run weekly? Doesn't it run weekly? Is it implied occasionally? Is it implied occasionally? What a delicious meal. What a delicious meal. Do you like sunset? Do you like sunset? Didn't have time for lunch. Didn't have time for lunch. Make sure. Make sure. My sister was the messenger. My sister was the messenger. Can you speak slower, please? I don't understand you. Can you speak slower, please? I don't understand you. I think it's time for me to say goodbye. I think it's time for me to say goodbye. Did you fall? Did you fall? We have been working on this project for a long time. We have been working on this project for a long time. I need a new battery for my car. I need a new battery for my car. We'll sort it later. We'll sort it later. Are we holding at noon? Are we holding at noon? He hopes to win the lottery one day. He hopes to win the lottery one day. When will you arrive home? When will you arrive home? Diamond is the hardest mineral known to man. Diamond is the hardest mineral known to man. Was your daughter a sailor? Was your daughter a sailor? We are not cardiologist for 2 weeks. We are not cardiologist for 2 weeks. Forever. Forever. We were exercising. We were exercising. I can't go to the grocery store at sunset. I can't go to the grocery store at sunset. Do you have gluten-free options for granola bars? Do you have gluten-free options for granola bars? May not feel it occasionally. May not feel it occasionally. I don't want to buy the car. I don't want to buy the car. This was a really great movie. This was a really great movie. The restaurant ran out of food I wanted to order, so I had to choose something else. The restaurant ran out of food I wanted to order, so I had to choose something else. That name. That name. They went to a concert and watched the performance of their favorite band. They went to a concert and watched the performance of their favorite band. Is her grandson a florist? Is her grandson a florist? You don't become a beekeeper at noon. You don't become a beekeeper at noon. I need a filled prescription. I need a filled prescription. I could see the moon rising over the mountains. I could see the moon rising over the mountains. Design. Design. They may not increase monthly. They may not increase monthly. You have to be proud of yourself for success. You have to be proud of yourself for success. I'm taller than Tommy. I'm taller than Tommy. The target market for this product is young adults. The target market for this product is young adults. Hey, nice, wake up. How are you feeling? Hey, nice, wake up. How are you feeling? Thanks in advance. Thanks in advance. I will break for you. I will break for you. I don't want to lose my low prices for losses. I don't want to lose my low prices for losses. Did you wait 10 years? Did you wait 10 years? I don't notice anything special about the current situation. I don't notice anything special about the current situation. The cat looks sleepy. The cat looks sleepy. I eat. I eat. We couldn't find parking next to the restaurant. We couldn't find parking next to the restaurant. He could not impose occasionally. He could not impose occasionally. I have a lot of standards. I have a lot of standards. I can't exercise. I can't exercise. I have a surprise for you, he said to me. I have a surprise for you, he said to me. Will it be accepted after 3 months? Will it be accepted after 3 months? I did not throw. I did not throw. Was her mother a painter? Was her mother a painter? He is taking. He is taking. The magazine published an article about the latest technology trends. The magazine published an article about the latest technology trends. I study diligently. I study diligently. Do you have liquids in your hand luggage? Do you have liquids in your hand luggage? He needs to organize his desk. He needs to organize his desk. Cake. Cake. Was your stepson a psychiatrist? Was your stepson a psychiatrist? What are you working on Sunday? What are you working on Sunday? They signed up for a painting course to explore their creativity. They signed up for a painting course to explore their creativity. He likes to wear comfortable clothes while traveling. He likes to wear comfortable clothes while traveling. I did not repeat it at dawn. I did not repeat it at dawn. They were studying for a dance competition. They were studying for a dance competition. I won't be touching it soon. I won't be touching it soon. Your grandma is a golfer. Your grandma is a golfer. You should have called me before you came. You should have called me before you came. This is his guitar. This is his guitar. I will have completed my diploma by the end of the year. I will have completed my diploma by the end of the year. To solve. To solve. Wasn't I a ballerina at sunset? Wasn't I a ballerina at sunset? He never wears a hat. He never wears a hat. How long have you been married? How long have you been married? Was his family a forester? Was his family a forester? I like fresh bread. I like fresh bread. Was his wife a butcher? Was his wife a butcher? Is his wife a cop? Is his wife a cop? I shouldn't be a daily curator. I shouldn't be a daily curator. It was raining when I went out. It was raining when I went out. I need to see a therapist. I need to see a therapist. Your half-sister is moving. Your half-sister is moving. Have you designed it now? Have you designed it now? Schools are closed if it snows a lot. Schools are closed if it snows a lot. When do you finish your work? When do you finish your work? You have to give an account of what happened. You have to give an account of what happened. I was very sad when my cat died. I was very sad when my cat died. Which countries would you like to visit to go on a world tour? Which countries would you like to visit to go on a world tour? Let me try to fix this for you. Let me try to fix this for you. Aware of the problem. Aware of the problem. The evening sky was a beautiful shade of orange. The evening sky was a beautiful shade of orange. I have a date with him at 6. I have a date with him at 6. Mary took a taxi. Mary took a taxi. Our goal is to increase sales by 20%. Our goal is to increase sales by 20%. Noon may not threaten. Noon may not threaten. Should they be archaeologists? Should they be archaeologists? May not choose later. May not choose later. I was scared. I was scared. I need to finish writing this report. I need to finish writing this report. There is a dog in the park. There is a dog in the park. The restaurant will close at midnight. The restaurant will close at midnight. They can juggle earlier. They can juggle earlier. Can't you be a referee in 2 weeks? Can't you be a referee in 2 weeks? Yesterday. Yesterday. Her stepdaughter is a golfer. Her stepdaughter is a golfer. Can I use a discount code on my online orders? Can I use a discount code on my online orders? Could you please try these slippers? Could you please try these slippers? I can't be a cardiologist right away. I can't be a cardiologist right away. Can you recommend a good olive oil brand? Can you recommend a good olive oil brand? These people are in the park. These people are in the park. By the end of the day, they will have sold all their products. By the end of the day, they will have sold all their products. Ask next year. Ask next year. Can you help me with this technical issue? Can you help me with this technical issue? The perfect solution to the problem is difficult. The perfect solution to the problem is difficult. They must be field guards at 4 after midnight. They must be field guards at 4 after midnight. I can't focus. I can't focus. They have already booked their flight. They have already booked their flight. The beach is beautiful. The beach is beautiful. Our pastries are baked fresh every day. Our pastries are baked fresh every day. Can he choose from time to time? Can he choose from time to time? I had an accident in the city. I had an accident in the city. You should study harder for the exam. You should study harder for the exam. The bus ride was bumpy. The bus ride was bumpy. He drinks coffee every day. He drinks coffee every day. I have a lot of experience in this field. I have a lot of experience in this field. If it doesn't rain, we'll have a picnic. If it doesn't rain, we'll have a picnic. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. Jenny is unable to attend this meeting. Jenny is unable to attend this meeting. He likes to read magazines. He likes to read magazines. He brushes his teeth twice a day. He brushes his teeth twice a day. She managed to bake a delicious cake. She managed to bake a delicious cake. They will play football in the park. They will play football in the park. I do not know what to say. I do not know what to say. They would like. They would like. The flowers were picked from the garden. The flowers were picked from the garden. I have one rash. I have one rash. He often goes for a walk in the park. He often goes for a walk in the park. I may not feel. I may not feel. Is his neighbor a leader? Is his neighbor a leader? They decided to go on a world tour. They decided to go on a world tour. Add soon. Add soon. I have a big house. I have a big house. Firstly. Firstly. They went to the beach on vacation. They went to the beach on vacation. He needs to take medicine for a cold. He needs to take medicine for a cold. They were rehearsing for the school play. They were rehearsing for the school play. Would we be programmers in one afternoon? Would we be programmers in one afternoon? Did I understand? Did I understand? Are you ready to start the game? Are you ready to start the game? He fixed the computer. He fixed the computer. Please enter your email address for the newsletter. Please enter your email address for the newsletter. He often goes to the gym. He often goes to the gym. Will you remember soon? Will you remember soon? Does your mother cook every evening? Does your mother cook every evening? I need a break. I have to go somewhere. I need a break. I have to go somewhere. I'm not going to eat until I finish this mission. I'm not going to eat until I finish this mission. We must respect the wishes of the deceased. We must respect the wishes of the deceased. When the oven beeps, the food is ready. When the oven beeps, the food is ready. I have to cook for my family tonight. I have to cook for my family tonight. The concert will start in an hour. The concert will start in an hour. Can you insist? Can you insist? I will go to the party tomorrow. I will go to the party tomorrow. They are throwing a surprise party for their friends. They are throwing a surprise party for their friends. Can I come? Can I come? Ready. Ready. As husband and wife. As husband and wife. They have been married for 10 years. They have been married for 10 years. What is your favorite hobby? What is your favorite hobby? Can I use my reward points on this purchase? Can I use my reward points on this purchase? He arrived in time for the interview. He arrived in time for the interview. There is homework tomorrow, said the teacher. There is homework tomorrow, said the teacher. Did it wait 10 years? Did it wait 10 years? You can hold my hand. You can hold my hand. That linguist 4 centuries later. That linguist 4 centuries later. The bird's nest is in the tree. The bird's nest is in the tree. Not everyone can afford this kind of responsibility. Not everyone can afford this kind of responsibility. If we go to the beach, we can build sand castles. If we go to the beach, we can build sand castles. He wants success. He wants success. I'm going to the golf course. I'm going to the golf course. I don't think he likes me very much. I don't think he likes me very much. Despite his busy schedule, he always makes time for his family. Despite his busy schedule, he always makes time for his family. Your grandparents were reporters. Your grandparents were reporters. Can you recommend a good shampoo brand? Can you recommend a good shampoo brand? They were playing volleyball when someone got injured. They were playing volleyball when someone got injured. I told. You will be a poet in a month. You will be a poet in a month. You insist on a midnight earlier. You insist on a midnight earlier. We couldn't get back 5 hours ago. We couldn't get back 5 hours ago. Our nephew is an ironer. Our nephew is an ironer. In 3 seconds you should be the nanny. In 3 seconds you should be the nanny. He usually arrives late to meetings. He usually arrives late to meetings. I like to relax at home when I'm done. I like to relax at home when I'm done. We can take it out. We can take it out. He is a photographer and takes great pictures. He is a photographer and takes great pictures. What a nice view. What a nice view. You will think 10 years. You will think 10 years. Wasn't he normally challenged? Wasn't he normally challenged? Shouldn't go to war. Shouldn't go to war. If he had apologized, he would have forgiven her. If he had apologized, he would have forgiven her. Late in the morning traffic controller 1 should err. Late in the morning traffic controller 1 should err. The photo depicts a beautiful landscape. The photo depicts a beautiful landscape. Take matters into your own hands. Take matters into your own hands. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have any questions. He was running in the park when he sprained his ankle. He was running in the park when he sprained his ankle. The movie will start at 2000. The movie will start at 2000. Get along with. Get along with. His sister is a guard. His sister is a guard. We can't go to the concert due to traffic. We can't go to the concert due to traffic. Last year we used ABC. Last year we used ABC. Can I reserve products for later purchase? Can I reserve products for later purchase? I fill it later. I fill it later. It's so good to hear. It's so good to hear. You should go for it. You should go for it. Subtract. Subtract. Better today. Better today. Never an editor? Never an editor? I think it's time for me to say goodbye. I think it's time for me to say goodbye. Were their husbands stylists? Were their husbands stylists? Can I use my smartwatch for transactions? Can I use my smartwatch for transactions? Will you link in 4 seconds? Will you link in 4 seconds? Italian cuisine was served in the restaurant. Italian cuisine was served in the restaurant. They were painting the walls of their houses. They were painting the walls of their houses. What should I do? What should I do? He saved money to go on vacation. He saved money to go on vacation. I am likely to like honest and sincere people. I am likely to like honest and sincere people. Does not appear mu. Does not appear mu. We help them find their way. We help them find their way. You should have learned from your mistakes. You should have learned from your mistakes. They were happy with their new home. They were happy with their new home. Was our stepbrother a lifeguard? Was our stepbrother a lifeguard? There is a cat on the roof. There is a cat on the roof. Didn't start next year. Didn't start next year. I stroked my chest as I coughed. I stroked my chest as I coughed. I will clean my room tomorrow. I will clean my room tomorrow. I enjoy solving puzzles even though it is challenging. I enjoy solving puzzles even though it is challenging. I feel a little sick. I feel a little sick. Shouldn't it be excluded? Shouldn't it be excluded? Hug me. Hug me. It is usually hot in summer. It is usually hot in summer. He'd better take a break before he gets tired. He'd better take a break before he gets tired. He studied physics at university and became a scientist. He studied physics at university and became a scientist. Did I build? Did I build? Were his relatives scientists? Were his relatives scientists? I've already booked a hotel room. I've already booked a hotel room. Is this fixed? Is this fixed? What is your favorite type of food for breakfast? What is your favorite type of food for breakfast? I learned. I learned. He's attending a conference next week. 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 I have been living in Ankara since 2020. I have been living in Ankara since 2020. My family works in an office. My family works in an office. He became a shoemaker 2 weeks later. He became a shoemaker 2 weeks later. Is your grandfather a bartender? Is your grandfather a bartender? Is it incalculable? Is it incalculable? Was his father the weatherman? Was his father the weatherman? I am sad. The doorbell rings. I am sad. The doorbell rings. I know. I know. Shall we go to the grocery store at noon? Shall we go to the grocery store at noon? I was late because I missed the bus. I was late because I missed the bus. Couldn't I have ironed 5 months ago? Couldn't I have ironed 5 months ago? He wants to travel to different countries. He wants to travel to different countries. They can analyze at night. They can analyze at night. Being honest is important. Being honest is important. His stepfather was on the jury. His stepfather was on the jury. Must go. Must go. He won't stop until he catches the thief. He won't stop until he catches the thief. The car costs a lot of money. The car costs a lot of money. I'm going to the ski resort. I'm going to the ski resort. It was a beautiful sunset. It was a beautiful sunset. Could you please help me with this math problem? Could you please help me with this math problem? What time do you leave school? What time do you leave school? Future. Future. I am currently an engineering manager, but 22 years ago I was a student. I am currently an engineering manager, but 22 years ago I was a student. We go shopping on the weekends. We go shopping on the weekends. Have you blamed before? Have you blamed before? Can I use a debit card for my shopping? Can I use a debit card for my shopping? 3 weeks later becomes a midwife. 3 weeks later becomes a midwife. If he comes early, we can have dinner together. If he comes early, we can have dinner together. What do you eat? What do you eat? They are hiking in the mountains. They are hiking in the mountains. May not roll. May not roll. Is my husband a gardener? Is my husband a gardener? Everyone ate the cake. Everyone ate the cake. Is there anything you want to ask? Is there anything you want to ask? They were singing karaoke at the party. They were singing karaoke at the party. Have your dinner early. Have your dinner early. Should they be fed? Should they be fed? Shouldn't they be thinking? Shouldn't they be thinking? There were many examples. There were many examples. What did you eat? What did you eat? Autonomy. Autonomy. We hiked in the mountains. We hiked in the mountains. I just wanted to see if the world would really change. I just wanted to see if the world would really change. He was just a drummer. He was just a drummer. I was going to school. I was going to school. Runs faster than him. Runs faster than him. It connects after 2 seconds. It connects after 2 seconds. What a wonderful sight. What a wonderful sight. Could you send me the minutes of the last meeting? Could you send me the minutes of the last meeting? Let me know if you want to order dessert. Let me know if you want to order dessert. Shall we have coffee together after school? Shall we have coffee together after school? I'm having a great time with my friends and family. I'm having a great time with my friends and family. I always collect Christmas cards from my friends and family. I always collect Christmas cards from my friends and family. Would not contact. Would not contact. He is juggling balls. He is juggling balls. His brother-in-law is a jeweler. His brother-in-law is a jeweler. I looked at 2 different issues today. I looked at 2 different issues today. The dog brings a stick. The dog brings a stick. Time. Time. Is my grandfather a boxer? Is my grandfather a boxer? They cost in a second. They cost in a second. I tie the atmosphere to the August sun to attract you. I tie the atmosphere to the August sun to attract you. I just want you to be careful. I just want you to be careful. The train arrived on time. The train arrived on time. His grandfather is a columnist. His grandfather is a columnist. He doesn't watch horror movies. He doesn't watch horror movies. I think it's time for me to say goodbye. I think it's time for me to say goodbye. They must be enjoying their vacation at the beach. They must be enjoying their vacation at the beach. I will cook dinner at 7 p.m. I will cook dinner at 7 p.m. If we finish early, we can go for a walk. If we finish early, we can go for a walk. Are their neighbors a gynecologist? Are their neighbors a gynecologist? Can you lend me some money by payday? Can you lend me some money by payday? Does he fly? Does he fly? They want to buy a house in the suburbs. They want to buy a house in the suburbs. What does this mean? What does this mean? I have an accent. I have an accent. Can I ask? Can I ask? Inspiring. Inspiring. Their mother was a physiologist. Their mother was a physiologist. The amount payable is due next month. The amount payable is due next month. Wasn't he an anesthesiologist at Sunrise? Wasn't he an anesthesiologist at Sunrise? If it rains, take an umbrella. If it rains, take an umbrella. If it's cold, wear a hat and gloves. If it's cold, wear a hat and gloves. It's not important. It's not important. Is his son a businessman? Is his son a businessman? Where can I find chocolate and sweets? Where can I find chocolate and sweets? There are no cars in the parking lot. There are no cars in the parking lot. It brought back our milk from 3 weeks ago. It brought back our milk from 3 weeks ago. They organized a surprise party for their friends. They organized a surprise party for their friends. He saved money by cutting back on unnecessary spending and was able to afford a vacation as a result. He saved money by cutting back on unnecessary spending and was able to afford a vacation as a result. Loses often. Loses often. Doesn't he look at the sunset? Doesn't he look at the sunset? Children operator. Children operator. Will I not be connecting? Will I not be connecting? Is that sign? Is that sign? I could work. I could work. I will study for my exam. I will study for my exam. Should it be voiced? Should it be voiced? If you heat the ice, it melts. If you heat the ice, it melts. You wouldn't bother. You wouldn't bother. They often cannot be foremen. They often cannot be foremen. Workers repair the road. Workers repair the road. He saved money by cutting expenses so he could go on vacation. He saved money by cutting expenses so he could go on vacation. They want to buy a new camera for photography. They want to buy a new camera for photography. Don't you clean often? Don't you clean often? Will you join the party? Will you join the party? The musicians will record their new album. The musicians will record their new album. Can we create? Can we create? I will go to bed. I will go to bed. They couldn't believe it themselves. They couldn't believe it themselves. Are your family tailors? Are your family tailors? If only he could turn back time and correct his mistakes. If only he could turn back time and correct his mistakes. He enjoys hiking in the mountains. He enjoys hiking in the mountains. We went to the beach and had a picnic by the sea. We went to the beach and had a picnic by the sea. What kind of toys do you like? What kind of toys do you like? Was her aunt a nurse? Was her aunt a nurse? He studies for his exams in the evenings. 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 Tom wants to go to Japan. Tom wants to go to Japan. Your grandfather is a reporter. Your grandfather is a reporter. Have you ever seen a waterfall? Have you ever seen a waterfall? I want to ask a lot of questions. I want to ask a lot of questions. Can we do a manicure at 2 a.m. later? Can we do a manicure at 2 a.m. later? I saw my old friend at the mall. I saw my old friend at the mall. Is our spouse a paramedic? Is our spouse a paramedic? I met a famous writer at the signing day. I met a famous writer at the signing day. He said to me, I need help. He said to me, I need help. There is a dog in the park. There is a dog in the park. Their mother-in-law was decorator. Their mother-in-law was decorator. Very rarely. Very rarely. He used to work late but now he has a better schedule. He used to work late but now he has a better schedule. He is reading a book. He is reading a book. You shouldn't throw garbage on the ground. You shouldn't throw garbage on the ground. I will be married in 10 years. I will be married in 10 years. Don't you put it after 3 hours? Don't you put it after 3 hours? Moreover, still, there are some unanswered questions. Still, there are some unanswered questions. Not convinced. Not convinced. We don't get involved often. We don't get involved often. I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused. Once a day. Once a day. Mary was aware of this situation. Mary was aware of this situation. If it's not muddy, I'll go out. If it's not muddy, I'll go out. Broken. Broken. Show for 2 weeks? Show for 2 weeks? They should listen to their teachers in the classroom. They should listen to their teachers in the classroom. His legacy lives on through his children. His legacy lives on through his children. He was to become mayor in the afternoon. He was to become mayor in the afternoon. They are playing chess. They are playing chess. Can't ask monthly? Can't ask monthly? They had already finished the project when I joined the team. They had already finished the project when I joined the team. Always introduced. Always introduced. Can't there be 2 drivers in the afternoon? Can't there be 2 drivers in the afternoon? They cooked dinner together and had a great time. They cooked dinner together and had a great time. The message was sent to the wrong person. The message was sent to the wrong person. Superstition. Superstition. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. If we had the ingredients, we could have made a cake. If we had the ingredients, we could have made a cake. We would like to invite you to our wedding. We would like to invite you to our wedding. Should count every day. Should count every day. What's your favorite? What's your favorite? Should I include it sometimes? Should I include it sometimes? She has to do laundry on Saturdays. She has to do laundry on Saturdays. He likes to play tennis on weekends. He likes to play tennis on weekends. The car is very fast and powerful. The car is very fast and powerful. I ate carrots for breakfast and felt really healthy. I ate carrots for breakfast and felt really healthy. May not be a negotiator now. May not be a negotiator now. Do you like swimming? Do you like swimming? We were looking for a solution to the problem. We were looking for a solution to the problem. I found an article that explains how to prepare for a job interview. I found an article that explains how to prepare for a job interview. The concert will take place at the stadium tomorrow. The concert will take place at the stadium tomorrow. You shouldn't always want to. You shouldn't always want to. I could run faster than you 5 years ago. I could run faster than you 5 years ago. If it's sunny tomorrow, we can have a picnic. If it's sunny tomorrow, we can have a picnic. I'm going to read an English novel. I'm going to read an English novel. He was in the kitchen preparing dinner for his family. He was in the kitchen preparing dinner for his family. Their son is a naturalist. Their son is a naturalist. Could you please keep the dog quiet? I'm trying to sleep. Could you please keep the dog quiet? I'm trying to sleep. Teresa in the chair. Teresa in the chair. He was watering his plants in the garden. He was watering his plants in the garden. I'm going on vacation next month. I'm going on vacation next month. We've been meeting here every Monday for the past year. We've been meeting here every Monday for the past year. His half-sister is an oncologist. His half-sister is an oncologist. What a helpful guide. What a helpful guide. The package was wrapped in gift paper. The package was wrapped in gift paper. Now do you want to talk to me about my sons? Now do you want to talk to me about my sons? If it's sunny tomorrow, we can have a picnic. If it's sunny tomorrow, we can have a picnic. I have to clean the house before the guests arrive. I have to clean the house before the guests arrive. The boy wearing the blue shirt is my cousin. The boy wearing the blue shirt is my cousin. What is the name of the professor giving today's lecture? What is the name of the professor giving today's lecture? I wish we had moved to a bigger house. I wish we had moved to a bigger house. I shouldn't clean. I shouldn't clean. They are not normally filmmakers. They are not normally filmmakers. Let me know if you need any advice. Let me know if you need any advice. I worked after school. I worked after school. I have never seen Istanbul before. I have never seen Istanbul before. When will we go? When will we go? We've been driving for hours. We've been driving for hours. You can't impose after 4 nights. You can't impose after 4 nights. They came to class. They came to class. I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say. Your mission is nonsense. Your mission is nonsense. I introduce myself often. I introduce myself often. Social inclusion. Social inclusion. We couldn't do that. We couldn't do that. Can you speak louder, please? Can you speak louder, please? Then it won't include 2 in the morning. Then it won't include 2 in the morning. I could feel the saltiness of the sea on my lips. I could feel the saltiness of the sea on my lips. They will be industrialists in the twilight. They will be industrialists in the twilight. They were jogging in the park early in the morning. They were jogging in the park early in the morning. Seems like. I'm in the room with the candy. I'm in the room with the candy. Will he not give after 4 evenings? Will he not give after 4 evenings? They want to visit the beach. They want to visit the beach. I'm holding the ball. I'm holding the ball. Uncle lyricist. Uncle lyricist. Am I hopeful in the afternoon? Am I hopeful in the afternoon? He won't buy the car until he takes it for a test drive. He won't buy the car until he takes it for a test drive. He played video games all day. He played video games all day. I had to leave because you were late. I had to leave because you were late. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. Don't you confuse. Don't you confuse. The decision remained under the influence of the public. The decision remained under the influence of the public. Have you ever climbed a mountain? Have you ever climbed a mountain? Are we holding at noon? Are we holding at noon? To worry. To worry. Can I have some more sugar, please? Can I have some more sugar, please? I think traveling is more educational than staying at home. I think traveling is more educational than staying at home. Didn't I create before? Didn't I create before? How much is a kilo of chicken? How much is a kilo of chicken? They will not wage war. They will not wage war. You never skip breakfast. You never skip breakfast. She is a passionate activist and fights for social justice. She is a passionate activist and fights for social justice. Will there be a deal at dawn? Will there be a deal at dawn? He can confess after 3 days. He can confess after 3 days. We reply soon. We reply soon. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? Were her relatives stylists? Were her relatives stylists? I often go for a walk in the park. I often go for a walk in the park. I need some help. I need some help. It is mandatory to wear a helmet while cycling. It is mandatory to wear a helmet while cycling. We lived in that house for 5 years. We lived in that house for 5 years. I have zero patience. I have zero patience. He didn't become a journeyman 5 years ago. He didn't become a journeyman 5 years ago. We think, maybe we will do nothing. We think, maybe we will do nothing. I booked a hotel room. I booked a hotel room. Dogs are friendlier than cats. Dogs are friendlier than cats. How many countries have you visited? How many countries have you visited? The company will launch a new product next month. The company will launch a new product next month. The army is on the move. The army is on the move. Will he generally be afraid? Will he generally be afraid? I did not mean that. I did not mean that. They may forget to bring their passports. They may forget to bring their passports. Workers were loading the boxes into the truck. Workers were loading the boxes into the truck. The party will have already started when we arrive. The party will have already started when we arrive. Shouldn't he kill for 15 days? Shouldn't he kill for 15 days? I prefer your food. I prefer your food. We must act quickly to prevent further damage. We must act quickly to prevent further damage. I'll be playing tennis at 3 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be playing tennis at 3 o'clock tomorrow. They will finish the project by the deadline. They will finish the project by the deadline. He is drawing a picture. He is drawing a picture. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Did he live in the city before moving to the countryside? Did he live in the city before moving to the countryside? Take 2 pills a day. Take 2 pills a day. His brothers are butchers. His brothers are butchers. Doesn't he need to fix it? Doesn't he need to fix it? Resignation. Resignation. Can make jokes often. Can make jokes often. I did not follow the recipe correctly and as a result the food was not good. I did not follow the recipe correctly and as a result the food was not good. What did I touch? What did I touch? Can you look at this? Can you look at this? Should he speak after 3 seconds? Should he speak after 3 seconds? I can't watch horror movies. They scare me. I can't watch horror movies. They scare me. They are playing football. They are playing football. Is Wi-Fi paid? Is Wi-Fi paid? Did they bank at noon? Did they bank at noon? Mary and I are going shopping. Mary and I are going shopping. The house is out of the reach of manpower. The house is out of the reach of manpower. Was your stepson a psychiatrist? Was your stepson a psychiatrist? I was so tired that I could barely keep my eyes open. I was so tired that I could barely keep my eyes open. Eggs are delicious. Eggs are delicious. Can I have a glass of water, please? Can I have a glass of water, please? Can defend in the afternoon. Can defend in the afternoon. He was shopping at the mall when he saw a famous celebrity. He was shopping at the mall when he saw a famous celebrity. He read an interesting book yesterday. He read an interesting book yesterday. Did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Do you sign? Do you sign? They arrived at the station at dusk. They arrived at the station at dusk. The book was published last year. The book was published last year. She was wearing a red dress at the party. She was wearing a red dress at the party. nature, nature. I accept your invitation to the party. I accept your invitation to the party. Which city? Which city? You should check the health of your family. You should check the health of your family. What do we get? What do we get? Shouldn't he be a dermatologist every day? Shouldn't he be a dermatologist every day? How much does a train ticket cost? How much does a train ticket cost? I'm in the room with the desk. I'm in the room with the desk. I was having a cup of coffee in the cafe. I was having a cup of coffee in the cafe. We helped them with their homework. We helped them with their homework. I found my keys. I found my keys. What sports can you do? What sports can you do? I wish he had bought the house when the prices were lower. I wish he had bought the house when the prices were lower. As such, the recipe is easy to follow. As such, the recipe is easy to follow. I shouldn't change. I shouldn't change. They sing a song. They sing a song. Although the company struggled, they managed to turn things around. Although the company struggled, they managed to turn things around. I want to learn more about this. I want to learn more about this. Were you studying for the exam before you realized it was delayed? Were you studying for the exam before you realized it was delayed? Children should give money to their classmates. Children should give money to their classmates. She was singing a song at the talent show. She was singing a song at the talent show. Let's go over the rules before we get started. Let's go over the rules before we get started. Which is your favorite lake? Which is your favorite lake? Your granddaughter is the photographer. Your granddaughter is the photographer. Will there be a night watchman? Will there be a night watchman? The car parked outside belongs to my brother. The car parked outside belongs to my brother. The slow cooker is cooking dinner while I'm at work. The slow cooker is cooking dinner while I'm at work. The book I'm reading is really interesting. The book I'm reading is really interesting. Weren't you passing? Weren't you passing? You didn't wear it before at 3 a.m. You didn't wear it before at 3 a.m. Does not appear mu. Does not appear mu. Even if you don't like the taste, you should try this dish. Even if you don't like the taste, you should try this dish. He was ironing his clothes when he burned a hole in his shirt. He was ironing his clothes when he burned a hole in his shirt. Loyalty. Loyalty. Tony played guitar last year. Tony played guitar last year. Was your daughter a founder? Was your daughter a founder? You should never do a shopping assistant. You should never do a shopping assistant. The restaurant is very expensive but the food is very tasty. The restaurant is very expensive but the food is very tasty. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. He'll be working on his project all night tonight. He'll be working on his project all night tonight. We must be kind to animals. We must be kind to animals. If it were me, I would go on vacation. If it were me, I would go on vacation. Do they need 10 years to choreograph? Do they need 10 years to choreograph? We planted flowers in the garden to attract butterflies. We planted flowers in the garden to attract butterflies. We are watching a football match. We are watching a football match. The error was corrected by the teacher. The error was corrected by the teacher. These are delicious hamburgers. These are delicious hamburgers. By the time he graduates, he will have already started his internship. By the time he graduates, he will have already started his internship. Can they be born earlier? Can they be born earlier? Before, we were learning in 3 seconds. Before, we were learning in 3 seconds. We hope to see you at the party. We hope to see you at the party. They better save money for their future. They better save money for their future. Can create. Can create. You do not approve. You do not approve. Do you have any children? Do you have any children? I will be working for this company for 10 years by next year. I will be working for this company for 10 years by next year. Doesn't it disappear at dawn? Doesn't it disappear at dawn? I'm very relieved. I'm very relieved. I am silent. I am silent. We have to find a way to increase efficiency. We have to find a way to increase efficiency. Couldn't he have been an officer at 5 o'clock the previous evening? Couldn't he have been an officer at 5 o'clock the previous evening? Did I understand? Did I understand? He needs to apologize for his rude behavior. He needs to apologize for his rude behavior. If we had followed the instructions, we would not have failed. If we had followed the instructions, we would not have failed. Doctors will be operating all day tomorrow. Doctors will be operating all day tomorrow. Can you give me a job? Can you give me a job? You are responsible. You are responsible. What will happen? What will happen? May not be able to do normal tailoring. May not be able to do normal tailoring. I've never had a job interview at Company X before. I've never had a job interview at Company X before. Harmless. Harmless. Have you ever ridden a horse? Have you ever ridden a horse? Have you ever been to Berlin? Have you ever been to Berlin? He has to finish his work before he leaves. He has to finish his work before he leaves. The wind is blowing through the trees. The wind is blowing through the trees. On the other hand, I like you. On the other hand, I like you. I had already bought the tickets when the concert was cancelled. I had already bought the tickets when the concert was cancelled. We're going to play football in the park this weekend. We're going to play football in the park this weekend. The plane flies in the sky. The plane flies in the sky. At noon we will be warriors. At noon we will be warriors. What are your plans for today? What are your plans for today? What kind of special place? What kind of special place? If it snowed a lot, we would make a snowman. If it snowed a lot, we would make a snowman. The decision to raise taxes was met with widespread opposition. The decision to raise taxes was met with widespread opposition. Didn't he ever say, I'm going to the amusement park. I'm going to the amusement park. Didn't he object? Didn't he object? This is our last lesson this week. This is our last lesson this week. They bought new clothes yesterday. They bought new clothes yesterday. He invested in real estate and made a profit as a result. He invested in real estate and made a profit as a result. A stepmother songwriter? A stepmother songwriter? He is watching a football match on TV. He is watching a football match on TV. Didn't we object right away? Didn't we object right away? We will not draw. We will not draw. I think we should go to the beach this weekend. I think we should go to the beach this weekend. He's mowing the grass. He's mowing the grass. You need to lower your stress level, the doctor said. You need to lower your stress level, the doctor said. This is cheap for New York. This is cheap for New York. He'll be working on his project all night tonight. He'll be working on his project all night tonight. He upgraded his computer to a technician. He upgraded his computer to a technician. He will have completed the course by next week. He will have completed the course by next week. Text. Text. Not every year bartender. Not every year bartender. He doesn't eat until his food is cold. He doesn't eat until his food is cold. They watched a play in the theater. They watched a play in the theater. We replaced the broken TV with a new one. We replaced the broken TV with a new one. They were volunteers at the local animal shelter. They were volunteers at the local animal shelter. He likes to take walks in the forest. He likes to take walks in the forest. Should they complain often? Should they complain often? Does he play basketball? Does he play basketball? See you after lunch. See you after lunch. They decided to adopt a dog from the shelter. They decided to adopt a dog from the shelter. You are a student, aren't you? You are a student, aren't you? We have an important meeting at 9:30. Can we end this meeting early? We have an important meeting at 9:30. Can we end this meeting early? They can operate immediately. They can operate immediately. After 3 midnight we are not the border. After 3 midnight we are not the border. They don't play basketball. They don't play basketball. Very rarely. Very rarely. Your children were researchers. Your children were researchers. Is his half-brother a notary? Is his half-brother a notary? The email was sent by my boss. The email was sent by my boss. I don't have friends with this behavior. I don't have friends with this behavior. I am drawing. I am drawing. The company was investing heavily in research and development, and it was paying off. The company was investing heavily in research and development, and it was paying off. Can I have your autograph, please? Can I have your autograph, please? Is their grandmother a farmer? Is their grandmother a farmer? Are his stepsisters lobbyists? Are his stepsisters lobbyists? Did you play the piano as a kid? Did you play the piano as a kid? He studied hard and got good grades as a result. He studied hard and got good grades as a result. Jenny is studying for her final exams. Jenny is studying for her final exams. I'm a big fan of the movie and can't wait to see it again. I'm a big fan of the movie and can't wait to see it again. He was the judge at 1 a.m. the previous night. He was the judge at 1 a.m. the previous night. I accept your apology for what you said. I accept your apology for what you said. Will not sound. Will not sound.